Hey, I know sometimes you feel like the world is on your shoulders, but it's not. It is, but it isn't. See, you have to be stronger than the world. You have to be able to lift it up, but not feel strained. Do you see what I mean? So you need to find a balance. And it is a paradox. I understand that. Where you feel like the world is on your shoulders, but you need to have the self-awareness of understanding that the world really isn't on your shoulders. You're replaceable, and or your job can be done. Now, you may be in a job right now where maybe it can't be done on your own. You can't just do all of that. It's impossible to do everything. I understand that. But at the same time, you have the power to leave that job if it's bad enough. If you don't get paid enough for a job and it's too much work for you because they're making you do the job of 3 people, then leave. You have that option. Find a better job for better pay and less work. And when I mean less work, I don't mean less work to slack off. No, less work in terms of more manageable for a person. If you're doing the job of 3 people now, just do the job of 1 person really well. Your quality of work is going to go up. Your service to the world is going to be higher. And if you don't care about serving the world, okay, fine, but serve yourself at least, right? You want to do something meaningful, right? So if you do something meaningful with your life and you make a little bit of money doing it, there's the ticket. And that's the problem with all of these philosophies that I have, like work hard, play hard. Okay, well, which one should I prioritize? Well, it's up to you. But at the end of the day, life is about balance. And the reality of that is that everything is a paradox. There is no such thing as truth. There is no such thing as absolute. There is no such thing as black and white. Everything is gray. Some people don't like getting lost in that gray, and I completely understand. But the reality of the world is that not everything is defined. Everything can be changed. Now, it may take 5 years, 2 years, 1 year, 1 day, or tomorrow, or right now, or 100 years from now, or 1,000 years from now. But for right now, the things are the way it is. And you can make that change or not. So right now, it may feel black and white, but at the end of the day, anything can be changed. There is no such thing as absolute. So your impact on the world, as well as people's impact on you, means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Every argument that you have over the course of time will mean nothing when you die. The only thing that matters is what you've accomplished, what you've put out on the internet in the world, and what you put down in history books. How have you impacted others' lives for the better? Have you given them experiences? And that may not be documented. They might not have history books about you, but maybe 4,000 people in this world that you may have met over the course of time saw your smile and smiled themselves, or maybe you made them laugh that day. And instead of dozing off at the wheel or something like that, they go and they write a book or they cure cancer. And you may not get recognized for that because you made them smile that day. It's not going to happen. But if you go about your life thinking that way, you're going to have a better one. You're going to understand that every interaction that you have with people is so valuable. And I understand that I may not be a perfect person. I may not be the most pleasant person to be around sometimes. I may not be the most magical, enticing, curious person in the world. People might not like hanging out with me. I understand that. People might even dread hanging out with me or interacting with me whatsoever. But at the end of the day, I try to be the best I can for people. And not in an inauthentic way, but in a general positive way. I try to think positively. From starting up doing day shift, I've really laid into this. I've always thought this way, but I was a very negative person that was trying to be positive. Now I feel like I used to be negative, now I'm positive and I'm trying to be better. So before, I wasn't exactly good. I was okay. You know what I mean? Like, I was okay with who I was, but I wasn't even good. I was okay. Some people are worse than okay, so I was doing pretty okay. Better than others. I've always understood that I probably have a better life than other people. There are other people that don't have the opportunity to have a phone and drive a car from the gym and after work and stuff, and take college classes in their free time online. I understand that not everyone has that opportunity. But at the end of the day, I'm happy for what I've got, but I strive for more. Because for everyone that doesn't have access to these things, I have to have an impact on the world on their behalf. You see what I mean? Like, if I slacked off, I quit my job, I live with my parents, and I paid them rent, and I worked at McDonald's, it would be a waste of my opportunity where I'm at in the world. You know, like, if I intentionally lived like an idiot brokey and tried to make no money and tried to not make any purpose in my life, well, people are definitely in worse states than me that don't even have the same opportunities. So take advantage of your opportunities, because others aren't as fortunate as you. And I think that you should take advantage of those opportunities on their behalf. They might not be able to do that kind of stuff. They may not be able to have fun because they're too busy working 80 hours a week. And it's not exactly going to make its way down to them or anything like that. There's no such thing as trickle-down effect. But you have to set an example for people, I guess. And also for yourself. I think it's important not to let others hold you down. And I think you should also have others bring you up. You should always prioritize positivity in that way, in that sense. You know, like, never let negative ideas or philosophies burn your brain. Like, a negative outlook on life, if it makes you feel angry, don't subscribe to it. If it makes you feel good and it makes logical sense, then it makes sense. But if something makes you angry and it's stupid, and even if it does make logical sense, why would you succumb to it? I have a lot of friends right now that, you know, maybe you go down the red pill for manosphere. I do think that if you're in the ages of 18 to 21 and you go through a breakup, you're inevitably going to cross the red pill TikTok, the red pill YouTube space, where for a lot of men, you go down this dark path where you start to look at the opposite sex a different way. And it's not good. It's not good for your brain, and quite honestly, it's not real. It's a lie that's been sold to insecure men. Insecure men subscribe to that because you don't have a sense of belonging. Maybe you don't believe in religion right now, or maybe you're not that faithful in your religion right now. And, you know, you're seeking for absolute black and white answers, and there is none in life. So you may not be comfortable with living in that gray area of, I don't know if that's true or not. So you start looking at facts and you start going, oh, well, you know, the marriage rate, the divorce rate is 80% towards women. That means women are the ones that break up marriages. And, you know, the amount of child support is like 90% of women get child support and 10% receive child support on the men's side. And you start going through all these facts and you start going, yeah, I like being a man, even though it sucks. It sucks being a dude in this world. But, you know, like, it's harder for me to survive, which means I'm better. that comparison is just going to bring you down. First of all, it's just a bad mentality. You start looking at the opposite sex a different way, and then 50% of everyone you interact with, you just start, like angrily looking at them, or not looking at them at all, or ignoring them, or treating them differently like an object. You don't want to go down that path. Now, I wasn't exactly going out there trying to sling, and pull all this stuff because it's free. Nothing like that. But I was just in a spot where I was like, I wasn't even attempting anything about it. Like, I really just, I was a very hateful person for about 6 months. And it was because I was cooped up in my room. I was going through dark times. And as an insecure dude at that point, I stumbled across black pill, red pill, whatever you want to call it. The truth, the serum where you don't know what's going on. And here's what they tell you. Men have it rough. And as men, we got to come together as brothers and, push through or whatever. But reality is that come together as brothers, but the men have it rough, but we also don't have it that rough. It could be worse. And quite honestly, it's all about mentality. Your mentality is everything. You fall as short as your structure. Structure in your life is very important, especially for men. We're very disorganized at times. We're either OCD and perfect. We're in the military, we clean shave, short hair, buzz cut, 20 push-ups every morning, wake up immediately on the click of a dime. Suffer through stuff. Men like to suffer, a little sadistic and that stuff, where we're not really sure what goes on in life, but we know we need to find absolutes. But you're not going to find it. My videos aren't going to help you find an absolute answer. They're going to help you find dark gray, light gray, medium gray. But there's no such thing as black or white. Only the law. But even that black turns to white at some point. The age of, drinking alcohol used to be 18. In some states it is. But in my state, in Florida, you got to be 21 before you start drinking alcohol. What if 20 years from now, the drinking age for alcohol is 20? And alcohol is healthier, so it doesn't screw up your liver as much. And we have self-driving cars, so 20-year-old kids can't do something stupid with their car, which means they're not going to hurt anyone else or themselves, which means that drinking alcohol at that age isn't as bad. You see what I mean? So nothing is absolute. Things change. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Like Assassin's Creed says. Right? So if you go around your life having that mentality, first of all, you're going to have curiosity. And when you have curiosity like that, you're going to be able to think more clearly. You're going to have better conversations with people. You're going to be curious about the world around you. And you're not going to talk like the most strict, well-knowledge person in the world. If you start thinking like everything is black and white, you're going to start talking to people and go, no, you're wrong. Or you could go around and go, I see where you're coming from, but, one option is this. Oh, I see, there's pros and cons to this. Well, what do you think? That right there is called living in the gray. Being able to figure out, okay, well, maybe it could be this way, or maybe it could be that way. I actually don't know. Yeah, who knows? Now you're having a good conversation with someone, and you're actually discussing, well, actually, the best way to do it is this way. Well, because this, and this, and this. The only problems are their downsides are this, and this, and this. You see what I mean? And I know I probably already touched up on this in black and white thinking video. What was I even getting to? Part of this was peace and solitude and having the weight on your shoulders of the world. Currently at work, I am doing a lot of stuff at work right now. My days are pretty busy. I work 9.5-hour shifts, And there's a lot of things I'm learning, and a lot of things I'm having to learn on my own, which can be difficult. At the same time, I understand that I'm replaceable, and if I'm replaceable, that means that I'm not the most magical genius in the world. And if I'm not the most magical genius in the world, it means that it's okay not being the smartest person. As long as I'm the nicest person, or I'm the most communicative person, that's all that matters. So I'm going to keep working on myself, my mindset, my conversation skills, myself at the gym, and have some self accountability, and understand that you have big responsibilities, but at the same time you don't. That's the paradox of life, is that there's always a third option, there's always a fourth option, a fifth option, a sixth option. You just have to find it. So don't feel trapped in this world, because you're not trapped. There's always another way. I would hope you not go that other way, if you know what I mean. I hope that you stick around with us. Don't go anywhere early. You've got plenty of time in eternity, but you only have one life here on Earth. So make it count. But I really do think that it's about changing your mindset. And as long as you change your mindset, and you also change your environment to the best of your abilities, you're going to get through life a lot better. So start working on it, and I guarantee you that you're going to have a better life. But I can't wait now, because I'm gonna go grab some food probably. I'm gonna eat at a little bar. What time is it? 8:30. I go to bed at about 10:30. I got 2 hours. Take a shower, chill. I've been walking a lot lately. I've been walking the lakefront where I live, and it's been so peaceful, because I have had some pretty busy days at work, and typically I like to do a video right after the gym. I go in the sauna before the gym. I do a long walk after work. I go to the sauna. I do the gym. I do my cardio. Then I make my post or whatever on the cardio, on the Stairmaster. And then I do my 30-minute video drive home. But lately, I've been doing a couple of walks. I've been relaxing. I've been calm. I've been chilling. And it's been so peaceful lately, and I've learned a lot. And I've relaxed a lot, and my days have felt longer in the good way. So if you ever feel like your days are going by too fast and you don't have enough time, I challenge you to go on a really long walk with no music. Take a couple pictures on your phone, but you're going to be able to be relaxed a lot more. But anyways, that's everything for me today, and I'll catch you later. See ya.